Hey everybody, Kendall here. I wanted to review a few items I purchased recently from Amazon. Some things that I think will be useful for print and plays and making games more portable, and also some waterproof playing cards. So let me tackle the cards first. I will tell you the name on Amazon, but I'll also have links to these things. Some of these titles are crazy, but it's called Two Deck of Waterproof Poker Cards and Playing Cards with Flexible Plastic, PVC, and Classic Trick Cards. Uh, Basically, I was looking for some waterproof cards, something you could take camping, to the beach, traveling where places are humid, just all around kind of a something like that. So these had more than 4,000 ranking ratings and had 4.3 stars. Um, the price was $8.99, so about $4.50 per deck, and so I pulled the trigger. Um, I will give you a look here. So the reason I have these undone is I actually have a really hard time getting the flap to come back out. Um, it might just be me. In fact, with this deck, I ripped the tuck box trying to get that open. So I will most likely not use the tuck boxes, and I'll use one of these deck boxes for these. But anyway, let's talk about the cards. So again, tuck boxes are kind of basic. They're difficult for me to open. And then as far as the cards, like it says, they are plastic, waterproof. I've seen images of people putting these in glasses of water just to demonstrate that. And I will talk about the two decks because they're basically the same. In fact, um, the black suits or the clubs and the spades look exactly the same. I mean, besides the red here, but if you shuffled these together, you wouldn't know which deck it came from as far as the 10 of clubs or something like that. So the kind of a silver look to these cards. And then as far as the red is actually a lot more faded looking than the Amazon link. It made it look more bright, more vivid. And I'm wondering if that's because I saw a few reviews where the ink or paint had chipped off. So I wonder if they just went with something that was not chippable or something that wouldn't fade. So, I mean, it seems decent enough. I was hoping for something with a little more punch to it. So that's the red. In fact, I'll show you a blue. So I think the blue has a little more vividness to it. Oh. I mean, if we're just comparing these two, I think the blue shows up better. Again, I'm not sure on some of that. But yeah, they seem like they'll work really well. I did notice when I measured these with another standard deck, and just so regular 54 card deck, you can see that these will slide over a bit, about 3 or 4 cards, as far as maybe three, about 3 cards difference as far as thickness goes. So it's very similar to the dimensions of a standard deck. Just a little thicker for that plastic, I suppose. I have a separate review on these cards if you want to check it out. These are super fun. The are they called? Tournament of the Mythic Kingdoms. So yeah, those are the cards. They've got plain black backs to them, and the idea is if these are durable, if they get dirty, you can wipe them off, things like that. So I am curious if there's better cards people have used or they like more. Again, these look cool. The red ones didn't have quite as much punch to them, but that's the idea. All right, let's move on to these others. So this is a clear playing card case. The link on this one, it's an Ayasmeal is the brand. This was a 12-pack, and it's got a long, ridiculous title as well. But they specify there's no cards included. So there's 12 of these. There weren't many ratings, only like 23 ratings, but it was 4.9 stars, and it seemed pretty straightforward. Current price $13.49, so about $1.12 each. There was an option for twice as many, so 24-pack for $17.39, so those would be about 72 cents each. I just, wanted to show you these. If you're doing a deck, it'll do the full deck box, so you can stick the whole box in. Obviously, without the box, fits just fine. There's in fact a little bit of wiggle room there to where you could fit, maybe a rules doc or something. For instance, here's a pocket mod I have for Barbarian Vince game that I printed from. It's free on BGG, not mine. It's by Rocco Privatera. Anyway, but this is an example. It actually won't fit in the bottom section of this. It's about the size, it's a little bigger than a card, but it will fit in the top. So that's actually really cool. So if you get a pocket mod, as long as it's not, as long as it's the trimmed down version like this, then that's a good choice. Another option, so I wanted to show sleeved cards. So I'll show you an example of, all right, I've got this Pandemic in Your Pocket game I've been working on. If you have 18 of these, okay, so 18 cards, you can see that sleeved cards will fit also. They just don't have as much wiggle room, basically none. But if it's a game that requires, a few cubes or something, I think you could get away with, yeah, so you've got room for some cubes. Dice, no, but you could have a separate one for dice. But yeah, for a print and play, I think depending on the size of the game, I don't know that this one, I've got a lot of cards, so yeah, not enough to fit cubes there. So yeah, that is, and it's got this snap closure, but I think this will work really well for, the waterproof cards. All right, let's talk about the last one. This one is called a crayon box, actually, and it comes in a package of 16, and you get a few different colors. Let's see if I've got one out. Yeah, so there's a clear and a blue and a purple. This is the Barbarian Vince game, and it barely fits. It's sleeved with cards and the print and play, and it's very tight. So basically it's a hinge top lid. You can see these are not, this is not the ideal way. So 54 card deck, standard deck, but these are printed on a premium paper, and then I've also sleeved them with a standard deck. So basically this will fit a standard deck, but it won't fit two. So if you're doing a sleeved deck, it would fit without a problem. But if you're doing a sleeved deck that also has printed out on a premium paper. So what I might do for this game is either just remove the cards, which I don't love because it's very, just doesn't have that feel. Maybe remove the cards and print a back. But again, it feels good to have a card under it. So, but the thought was if I could fit a full deck of cards and the rule book as well, you know, that would work really, really great. If you do a pocket mod, there's a couple ways, a couple sizes to these. Sorry, this is all marked up. It doesn't look great, but this is a full regular letter size paper, and so is this. The difference is that this is a trimmed down version designed to be about the size of a card. So this will fit great. This, obviously, no, it's not going to work. So your pocket mod will have to be the smaller type. As far as these go, I wish it was just a little bit thicker. I'm wondering if if you guys have found other things. You can, you know, print out your own tuck box, you know, and there's ways to make these various sizes, but I don't love the tuck box idea as much as something that is durable and you take games on the go. But I think these would work great for, you know, if you had an 18 card game, you might be able to sneak some dice in. Probably not, but you would definitely have plenty of room for cubes or tokens. So yes, I would want to know, what do you guys think? Do you have other solutions? And I do want to say that I am an Amazon affiliate, so these links are affiliate links. So if you use them, it doesn't cost you anything extra. It just supports the channel. And that is it. I will catch you next time. Thanks. Hey, I want to insert this. I had a chance to try this at the beach. Actually, had a lot of fun. I was playing a game that didn't need the jokers, and I tucked them away in this plastic box. The sun actually melted, kind of misshaped them. So, something to be aware of. Now, if I hadn't have put them inside of this and the sun hitting it, I think it would have been okay. Also, these cards do not float. I did a little test in shallow water, so just, you know, if you dropped it flat on its surface, the surface tension will keep it afloat for a minute, but yeah, if it dropped on its edge, it will sink. So, and as far as shuffling, they do shuffle well. When you get them wet, they don't, I mean, they kind of stick together, but, you know, that's just part of how they work. Just wanted to report they hold up pretty good in general, but a plastic case like this is cool. Maybe don't put your cards in there and leave it in the sun. So, all right, thanks.